On the viewpoint this evening is Mr. Uday Mahurkar, who is the Information Commissioner with the Government of India and also author and founder of Safe Culture, Save India Foundation. Mr. Mahurkar, thank you so much for being a part of this important conversation. I'd like to first begin by understanding that you've written an open letter to the director of the film Oppenheimer, Mr. Christopher Nolan, on Twitter. Has there been any sort of response that he has garnered from the director himself?
There is no response from him so far, but I am hopeful. In fact, I have tweeted today, welcoming Minister Anurag Thakur's action, while at the same time saying that I expect equal promptness in action from the director Christopher Nolan.
Absolutely.
So we are hoping.
In fact, I was just going to get to that, that the Information Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur has in fact taken a very, very firm stance on that controversial scene that you have also put forth in that letter to Mr. Nolan. And he has demanded a full accountability from the Central Bureau of Film Certification for approving that content, and be ready for the exhibit onto the Indian theatres, the Indian exhibitors. How do you read that particular stance by the Union Minister, in fact taking the censor board to task?
It is a very, I think it's a very prompt response because all this happened yesterday only. The whole controversy started maybe late night day before yesterday, so to say. And I think he has acted with a lot of promptness. We should appreciate it. We have appreciated his action, And he's very correct in doing so because the censor board does hold responsibility for this.
Okay. Mr. Mahurkar, help us understand the grouse on behalf of the people of the country who are in fact now, seeing red when it is about that particular scene, and the fact that you have now written to the director, what is it exactly that you want from the filmmaker and also vis-a-vis that controversial scene?
You see, Oppenheimer was a scientist. He is the father of atom bomb. And it is recorded in his own words that he drew inspiration from Gita, Bhagavad Gita.
Yes.
And when the blast took place, he was reminded of a verse from Bhagavad Gita, where Lord Krishna says something, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, while the intention of the film is not bad, because there is something, Bhagavad Gita is a unique book. It is associated with Hinduism, but I think it's a book of the world, It has the power, it has got the knowledge to sow a new vision to the entire world, So it has a special significance amongst all other books. So a scientist of Western origin saying that he drew inspiration from Bhagavad Gita is a matter of pride for India and, India's, civilizational vision, But this scene, which is where he is shown to be having sex and reading a verse from the Bhagavad Gita, being shown to him by his girlfriend, I think that is totally unwarranted. It is an insult to, I think, Bhagavad Gita and to our civilization for that matter, because there is no mention of it anywhere. There is no connection. It's only, there can be only two intentions. One is to put down our Hindu community and civilization values, or it is just to earn some money,
Okay. Okay, Mr. Mahurkar, why do you say that? I'd like to understand this.
And titillating.
I want to understand this very aspect that you have just presented, that this is a money-making exercise in the garb of having artistic license to do anything, even if it goes about hurting a religious sentiment of a particular community. But help us understand this and allow me to ask this. Have you seen the film, sir?
I have seen the footage.
Okay.
I have got it with me.
Okay. So the detractors who are giving a different argument, who are presenting a different aspect to this particular claim that has been made by a section of people from India, from the country, including yourself, sir, they also go on to say that it is not, the book is not even seen in that particular scene that we're talking about. It's just a page that he's reading out of while that sexual scene has been shot at. And that's why to actually go ahead and accuse the filmmaker for taking that artistic liberty to just go down, probably come down heavily upon the Hindu culture is not really justified. How would you respond to those claims, sir?
No, that is a totally lame argument, because the actor Cillian Murphy also said that he went through Gita, So it's all about Gita. That actress, his girlfriend, might not have spoken the word Gita, but it is understood, because the hero himself has said that he went through Gita.
No, that aspect has been established about
totally,
Mr. Oppenheimer. That's you only mentioned at the beginning of the debate that it's a well-known aspect that he used to find solace by reading the Gita. In fact, it has been quoted in the Time magazine that he used to read out excerpts from Gita to his friends also on evenings that he used to have a gathering at his residence. So that's a well-known aspect. But when we claim that this particular scene has been just meant to, or probably put forth by Christopher Nolan to titillate the audience or just a money-making exercise, obviously there needs to be some backing to the claim, Mr. Mahurkar. That is the aspect that I also choose to understand, because a lot of Christopher Nolan loyalists are claiming otherwise, sir.
No. I think that is totally unwarranted. I think it is totally unjustifiable. The whole thing is about Gita. When the director has spoken about Gita and the connection of Gita with Oppenheimer, it has to be Gita only,
All right.
I mean, that is understood.
Okay. Mr. Mahurkar, one last question that I'd like to understand from you.
With Christopher Nolan, and those who want to defend him, hands down, it's good for them. But it is not justified.
Okay. Even as we speaking, Mr. Mahurkar, we are getting to know that the film Barbie is doing better in numbers than Oppenheimer. So I believe the craze of Oppenheimer is sort of dying down, at least in the country. And this controversy is not really doing the film any good. But what are you expecting? Because I don't think that Christopher Nolan probably got the memo yet. But what are you expecting from the authorities here? In this case, Union Minister Anurag Thakur and also the CBFC.
No. Christopher Nolan might not have reacted to it, but he certainly not unaware about this, because this has now appeared in all the major newspapers of Europe.
Yes.
It's in Verity magazine, it's in Daily Guardian, it's there in most of the newspapers, So I don't think he's unaware. But I am very eager to know as to how will he react.
Okay.
My gut feeling is that he might agree to our demand,
All right.
Because it hurts a very large section of people on the globe, for that matter.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Mahurkar, and
so
sharing
Mr.
your
Anurag
views.
Thakur is
Yes.